Hello, I'm Professor Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to pick up girls. Now, picking up girls is easy, all right? I do it all the time. I'm very successful, okay? And I'm going to sort of take you through my process here, all right? It's a 3-step process, and step one, all right, step one is going to be finding females. Now, if you're like me, you may tend to find that women tend to, just not be around you a whole lot. Now, that is for many different reasons, none of which are our faults. Me and you who are watching the video here. It's just maybe luck. So to sort of counteract that, we're going to maybe disguise ourselves so that women will feel more comfortable in the general vicinity. All right. So what we can do is we can hide in a large bush. That will make women feel very comfortable. Hide behind a cardboard cutout of Paul Dano. He's very popular lately. In fact, with that strategy, you may even have women come up to you. That is new. Number 3, you can hide behind like a comically large fire hydrant, all right? You tend to see those a lot. And so step 2, now that we've found a woman, all right, I should probably talk about the places where you can find women. Well, women can be found generally anywhere. So, anywhere except for 3 places. And those 3 places are game stores, because apparently playing Magic the Gathering, the world's coolest card game, is not attractive to women. Number 2, male bathrooms and dressing rooms. That's pretty self-explanatory, And number 3 is my speeches, for some reason. I don't know why I can really only attract a male demographic. That must be, maybe I just am not marketing correctly. But I am proud to say that at my last speech at Columbia University, I did have several women at my speech. And you know what? It doesn't matter that they were protesting against me. They were still there, So, and so step 2, back to step 2, is we're going to want to approach the woman, all right? Approach. And that's, that is a fairly difficult thing. You have to work up a lot of confidence. So I have a couple of tricks, to sort of get you up to the woman, all right? And the one I use the most here is I pull out my phone and I pretend to have a conversation, all right? And in this conversation, it needs to include several attractive qualities to sort of pique the woman's interest in you, all right? Now, the first attractive quality is you have to seem affluent. You have to seem like you're somebody, you have to seem important. So you want to talk about, maybe a local law that's coming into place that you have some sort of influence over. Maybe even your 401k. Women love stability and money, all right? And you want to seem, going off that, you really want to seem from this phone call that you have a lot of personality. Now, I'm just kidding. This is some bullshit right here. You don't need this, all right? You want to seem like you have a lot of money, all right? Women love money, all right? On the phone call that you have, talk about your yacht. Matter of fact, talk about your 2 yachts named Rose and Daisy, all right? And make sure that the women know, the people who are hearing you speaking know you have money, all right? This is very, very crucial, all right? In fact, if something goes wrong, it's generally that because you did not mention how much money you have. Right? Women love when you talk incessantly about how much money you have and how stable you are. All right, so number 3, right? Once we have approached the woman, and really a question I get a whole lot is, hey, Ryan, Professor Ryan, it's Professor. Professor Ryan, how close to the woman should I be, because I don't really want to, sort of freak her out. And my answer there is don't worry about it, In fact, you want to seem comfortable, Act like you're close friends, all right? You remember in preschool when maybe your teacher, during a disciplinary hearing said, hey, Ryan, people have this bubble around them. It's a personal space bubble that you really shouldn't go into. It's a very basic lesson that you should keep with you for the rest of your life. They were wrong, you know? You should go into that bubble, you know? It may feel uncomfortable for you, but I promise it does not feel uncomfortable for the woman. I mean, and if it does, they're probably just playing hard to get, all right? So yeah, step number 3, once you're close to the woman, once you're in that bubble, you know, popping the bubble, breaking the ice, you're just gonna wanna strike up a conversation, you know? And here is sort of the roadblock in which many men fall into, is, you know, at the start of a conversation, you know, women will say silly things like, who are you? Why are you talking to me? Please go away or I'll call the cops. You know, just ignore that. All right, just ignore that. They just want to know that you're really committed to the relationship, that you're willing to take that risk, okay? That's why they say that. So, yeah, so strike up that conversation. It does not matter if they're already in a conversation. It was probably shitty anyways, and you're improving it by joining it. And you're going to want to start talking about yourself a whole lot. Women love men who love to talk about themselves, all right? So, you know, talk about your 401k. Going back to this money aspect, talk about your yachts. You know, if they heard the phone call, go, haha, yeah, that was me talking to my dad. He said, you know, son, I think we should buy another yacht. And I said, haha, father, you silly fool, I think we should buy 3 more yachts. See what I did there? Because 3 is more than 1. All right? And it's just going to make it look like you have more money. We're coming back to this keyword money here. So yeah, so start up that conversation. Talk about yourself, you know? Matter of fact, don't let them get a word in edgewise. That's really the best thing you can do. And, you know, because people want to hear about you. People want to hear all about you. So just keep on talking about yourself. Now, after a certain point in the conversation, you know, you may receive some sort of a test. Now, this test can come in many different forms, and the most common form is actually, you know, you have these 2 people come up to you, and they're dressed like police officers, right? You know, they're not cops, trust me, they're not cops. And they say, gentlemen, what are you doing here? And I, you know, you would respond in that situation with, oh, I'm just striking up a conversation with these lovely ladies. To which they would reply, you know, okay, well, you're making them uncomfortable. Would you please stop? That's not true. It's just a test, because women want to know you're really committed to the relationship. So at that point, you know, they may pull out something like handcuffs and say, you know, something like, okay, well, we're going to detain you. And, you know, at that point, maybe you have to accept the fact that she's not interested. And maybe you have to accept the fact that you are in the back of a police cruiser and about to be prosecuted for harassment. But really, I think that it wasn't really showing of me. I think it was more showing of the woman I approached. Well, anyways, this is sort of my wacky way of telling you that I am indeed in jail. And, you know, I've set up a GoFundMe. Bail is set at $10,000. So yeah, that would be fantastic if anybody can donate. I know we have a lot of you guys out there, and as we've discussed, you guys have money, all right? Money. All right, so if you guys could just donate to the GoFundMe here, that would be fantastic. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm sort of roomed with a very scary man. So if you could help.